Hey guys, we're back for a little more math today to get us close to wrapped up on the lessons for this week. Hopefully you did okay on this, the solving the problems, the one they give you for numbers 9 through 16. Uh, Today what we're going to do is do a few word problems with these, and not too bad actually. I just want to lay out a couple things and set the stage here. So again, we're using that skill of adding zeros to the dividend that allows us to continue solving the problem and find those exact decimal answers. Okay, so what we got today is the last two, number 17 and 18, down at the bottom of page 331 here. Um, these are pretty straightforward. Just read carefully and think about what are we dividing by what. Lena has a ribbon 2 and 2/10 meters long. She cuts it into 4, so we're dividing by 4, okay? And then the other one, 448 kilometers from the beach. They share the driving distances they have to go to get there. So we're going to divide by 5 to find that answer there. And again, think about how you need to um, use that idea of adding zeros to the dividend to allow you to keep solving until there is no remainder. Okay. Then on the next page, there's just a couple of things I'm going to point out. With 19 and 20, uh, number 19 says Jerry takes trail mix on hikes. A package of dried apricots weighs 25 and 5/10 ounces. A package of sunflower seeds weighs 21 ounces. Jerry divides the apricots and seeds equally among 6 bags of trail mix. So the question is, how many more ounces of apricots than seeds are in each bag? So in this case, we're not asked to find out how much is in each bag, but how much more of one or the other. So actually what we need to do here is divide the two amounts by 6 and then compare the differences there, okay? So we're going to take our two numbers amounts here. So the apricots are 25 and 5/10. Oh, that's pretty big. We're going to do 25 and 5/10. We're going to divide that by 5, or sorry, 6 bags. Do that. That'll tell us how many ounces of apricots there are. And then the other thing we need to do is find out how many ounces of sunflower seeds. So that's 21 ounces. What we need to do there is 21 divided by 6. Set that up. Now again, point out one thing to keep in mind here. With this, think about, okay, here I don't have a decimal point, but if there was a decimal point, where would it be in this problem? It's going to be right here, right? So make sure with your answer, place it there because you'll have to put some zeros after that. We want to make sure that any zeros we have to add, we think about where that decimal point is. Again, when we see those whole numbers without a decimal, you know where they are, okay? So you have to find these two answers and then tell the difference. So how many more? So you're going to subtract after you find these two quotients. This is actually a 3-step problem. You got to do 3 things: divide, and then subtract, all right? Other than that, I do want to point out for number 20, we have 3 pounds of raisins and we're dividing equally into 12 bags. So again, it sounds weird, but we're going to take 3 and divide by 12. Okay, so we're going to do 3 dividing by 12. And for that, again, we're going to have to put some zeros in here. Okay, so we'll have to place 1 0 to begin. And think about that decimal is going to go here. How many times would 12 go into 30? Let's even just go ahead and work this out. 12 would go into 30 2 times, which would make 24. So I got to put a 0 even to start this problem. I got 6. I got to place another 0 and bring it down and think how many times would 12 go into 60. Okay, so again, using that skill here, I had to add 2 zeros to be able to work this problem out. 12 would go into 65 times. Terrible 5, but we're working through it quick. That would make exactly 60. We have 0 left, okay? So there you go. 0 and 25 hundredths is going to be the answer there. 0 and 25 hundredths pounds of raisins, okay? There we go. So we can do problems like that. Other than that, we got a few just to explain and see and check. I did want to point out this one. If you got me for science, we've been doing this already a little bit with speed equals distance divided by time. Here they use the term R, like the rate of speed. In science class, we've been using S. So if you want to, if it's maybe easier just to connect with the signs, you can think speed equals distance divided by time, make that an S as you go. But it works out the same, okay? So for these ones, think about how we can take the distance, divide it by the time. So here we've got a distance of 168 miles, a time of 3 2/10 hours, divide that by that. Another one, 90 kilometers in 4 hours, distance divided by time, and that'll get you that again. And you'll see how we're doing a little bit of science work and math. We're doing a little math work in science, and that's all good, okay? Other than that, that's all I got for you today, gang. So hopefully this, again, helpful. Just make sure you work through those word problems. Tomorrow, you're going to do the homework page on the next page, which will be something you'll turn in online too. So be on the lookout for that, or you've got that link already, so you can get that when you can, okay? That's all I got for you today. Okay, make sure you work through these, do a good job, label those answers for the word problems. Other than that, you're all set. Thanks so much, guys.